Otherwise, we are holding it along. And so they all sat in a room. Everybody was like, team leaders all sat in a room and spitballed ideas for a whole day. Couldn't figure out anything. Finally, somebody in frustration said, well, what if we just cut the equipment system? Right? Imagine EverQuest. Imagine WoW. And some designer on WoW being like, you know what we don't need? We probably cut that equipment system. And then they did it, right? And they shipped their game. And they made a fantastic game that, because their core fun was in being a superhero and in their powers, they didn't need equipment systems the same way, right? Superheroes in general don't have it. They don't switch their equipment all the time, right? It's just not what they do. So they can do it. Having those moments, realizing those things are probably one of the, will make you a very strong designer in the future. It'll be assessed what's possible. As far as actually how you kill your games, just know you'll always have other good ideas. Anything else? Yes?
Aside from measuring engagement and game testing early, what about classic mistakes you see repeated with students and young designers?
Oh, so this one's easy. If you want to make God of War, and you've got 3 months, 4 guys have jumped up the game, you are not making God of War. With students and young designers, so as a designer, I put it a little bit more against it, but to me, your job is scope, right? You are one of the key people who can sync a project by defining something that's going to take much longer than you possibly have the resources to do. So for all of my, when I teach DigiPen, one of the things I do is I make them build a game a month, every month, in a different genre, and just toss their ideas at the end of the month. Because one of the things it does is it helps them get a sense of the cost of their decisions. So I make them do all the sound, I make them do all the animations, all the art, I make them do all the scripting, and then of course I make them do all the design. And so in doing so, they start understanding that, hey, if I want to mantle up, I'm going to cost my animator 3 weeks of their time, right? Is that really worth it? And so, core scope is one, and another one is thinking your ideas are precious. For all of you guys, I can do an exercise if you have time where I'd ask you, write down 10 game ideas. You all have at least 10 game ideas that you want to build. All those game ideas are potentially good. The games are all about the execution of those ideas. I mean, if we talk about, I use this one a lot, but I mean, Bioshock. And first-person shooter on the water. That makes no sense, right? That's not good, right? You get Mario's Stone Plumber, he jumps. Alright? Katamari, you've got it. So, I mean, all the ideas you can, there is a game that you can make out of them that's fast and that's great. And so just being able to start slashing through your ideas, granted you realize that I didn't even step on this one, or this one's too expensive for right now, right? Let's go on to something else. Don't be immediately committed to building the things that you really want to build. Oh, and don't build for you. I see a lot of young designers build games that they want to play rather than build games that anyone else will build. Other questions? All right.
Hey, Jane, how are you doing?
I'm tired.
Okay, one last question. Let's leave games aside. I want to ask you, what good books would you recommend to increase lexicon and be able to better differentiate the elements of the game?
So, as I said, some of everyday things is great. But to me, as a game designer, you really need to reach past game design. I think it was clearly recommend Jesse Shell's book. Great book.
Have a microphone here.
Oh, let's, where is it? So I could tell you Jesse Shell's book lenses, I could tell you design everyday things. But really what I want to see you do is I want to see you have other areas to reach from, right? Like, go read your Iliad and your Odyssey, go read your Shakespeare, go have other life experiences to bring into your content. Because that's where you're really going to get
do things which force you to think laterally, and then do things which force you to think logically, outside of the realms of games entirely. Because that is really what's going to give you the ability to pull apart and deliver interesting mechanics. Move on to more than cloning.
So basically, you're saying just go out, stop playing games, right?
Well,
Not entirely, of course.
one should always examine games, right? Like, you should always try and deconstruct the things you're playing, and you're always going to consume them as a form of media, right? And there are games which are at least as valid a form of media, or an example of a form of media, as an ebook or piece of television. So I would never say stop playing games. I would say don't have games be the only thing that you have any experience with.
So yeah, don't let games be the only media that you consume, right?
Yes, because you'll draw in from all sorts. I mean, almost every great game that you can name. If you look at the origins of Mario or Zelda, right? Zelda's walking around the hills of Japan, right? That's what got us there. For most of these great games, you'll find a story like that where the inspiration wasn't games themselves. They just then tried to deliver that engagement that they found somewhere in reality in a compressed format in a game. All right, should we clear out of here? Is this every time? I'm not seeing people kick us out. All right. Any other last questions, comments?
Wait, we got.
Oh God. All right, that was a mistake. I should have fled like it's. All right, shoot. Give me yours.
Okay, going a little back to the beginning of your talk about budget. You once said that you'll spend a considerable amount of time raising money for your projects. So how do you manage the budget, the money that you have raised? How do you distribute it? Because it must be really hard to raise the money for your project. I must really sad to have another people like. I don't know, using it badly or something.
I keep all the artists chained to a desk. Look at So, honestly, I hate raising money. I'll be totally frank. I did it. I would do it again if I have to, but Jesse Shell once said to me, you will spend your entire career either building other people's games or getting people to build your games. This sucks. It's no longer as true, right? We have a lot of new avenues for distribution. You can actually bootstrap a game company through making iPhone games, through making Facebook games, through making XBLA games. And to me, that's just a better way to do it. It's still tough in some ways to distribute those funds because you know if you could just hold on to a little bit more of that money, next year we could deliver and be that much more awesome. But there's always more money. You'll find it. To me, the thing, when I got my first industry job, I was so broke that they called me up and said, hey, we need you out here in Activision in 2 weeks, right? I said yes. And I knew that the flight to getting out there would cost me everything but $28 I had in the bank. So my first several weeks at Activision until I got my first paycheck, I slept on the beach. That kind of put things in perspective. Like, I kicked around in a van and slept in the van a bunch. But what it made me realize is that's the worst it's going to get, right? Most of you guys are highly educated. Most of you guys have a lot of talent in some area that you probably be remunerated better by going to a different industry. So you can't be afraid of those moments, right? Like, fear is the thing that's going to kill us. You want to be intelligent about how you spend your money, but miserly is something that will kill a company faster than anything else. So I would say just keep careful track of your scope, of your budget, right? Like, know beforehand how much you can spend and how much you think things are going to cost, and then multiply that by 150%. And I literally do all my budget. I actually do multiply by 150% because we're not science, right? You're not going to be able to create a game on the schedule and on the budget that you lay out on a spreadsheet way beforehand. And so, so long as you leave yourself enough buffer and make sure you have enough cash in the bank to